Texas, one of the largest states in America, where endless fields of cotton, corn, and barley stretch as far as the eye can see. This land has long been a vital agricultural heartland, feeding millions of families and contributing billions of dollars to the economy. Yet, hidden within this peaceful landscape, a dangerous enemy is spreading fast: wild boars. Every night while people sleep, massive herds of wild boars sweep across the fields, tearing up the soil and destroying entire crops in just a few hours. They don't just eat corn, grains, or root vegetables. They dig up young trees, leaving whole forests devastated. And it doesn't stop there. Wild boars also threaten native wildlife and carry dangerous diseases. The damage they cause is estimated at more than $2.5 billion every year across the United States. In Texas alone, home to the largest wild boar population, agriculture suffers losses of over $50 million annually. Faced with this crisis, many American farmers have chosen not to remain helpless. Instead, they found a different path, turning these destructive invaders into a valuable resource by capturing, domesticating, and processing wild boars into clean, nutritious food. Few people realize that wild boars are not native to the United States. In the 16th century, Christopher Columbus and other European explorers brought pigs to the Americas as a food source. Some escaped into the wild, reproducing and forming small populations. By the 19th century, European wild boar breeds were imported again, this time for sport hunting favored by the wealthy. Once more, some managed to escape and adapt to the wilderness. When these two lineages mixed, they interbred, thrived, and rapidly evolved into one of the most aggressive invasive species in North America. The reproductive ability of wild boars is truly staggering. A single female can have 2 litters a year, with 5 to 12 piglets each time. That means just one pair of wild boars can produce dozens of offspring in a single year. They are extremely agile, able to cross rivers, push through dense forests, roam wide open fields, and even climb steep slopes with ease. What makes them even more formidable is their adaptability. Wild boars can survive in harsh conditions, ranging from deserts to swamps. As a result, their population in the U.S. has exploded to over 6 million, now spread across at least 35 states. Texas alone holds nearly half of them, earning the title of America's wild boar capital. It's no surprise that farmers consider them a true nightmare. Crop destroyers, a single herd of just a few dozen can wipe out an entire cornfield in one night. Corn, cotton, potatoes, turnips. No crop is safe from their destruction. Threat to native wildlife. Wild boars compete for food with deer, elk, and wild turkeys. Research has even shown that they raid the nests of gopher tortoises, an endangered species already at risk of extinction. Disease carriers. They are reservoirs for dangerous diseases such as African swine fever, foot and mouth disease, and swine flu. Even worse, some of these can spread to livestock and even humans. Aggressive attackers. When cornered, wild boars won't hesitate to charge at hunting dogs or even people. Weighing up to 440 pounds, they can inflict severe injuries. That's why controlling this species has become an urgent priority for both American farmers and government agencies. In East Texas, 55-year-old farmer John Miller once lost more than half of his barley crop to wild boars. But instead of giving up, he decided to learn how to fight back. John began by observing carefully, tracking footprints, patches of torn-up soil, and muddy trails along rivers and creeks. Then he laid out roasted corn as bait, getting the boars accustomed to the spot. When the time was right, he set up a large steel trap, big enough to capture a dozen animals at once. The key is to handle them quickly and humanely. The boars are taken down with a precise shot to the head, minimizing pain and reducing the risk of spreading disease. Afterward, the meat is sorted, some kept for his family, while the rest is sent to a USDA-approved processing facility. For John, this isn't just a way to protect his crops. It has also opened up a valuable new source of income. Not every wild boar can be processed for food. Facilities like Broken Arrow Ranch, one of the largest in Texas, only select animals weighing between 80 and 180 pounds. This is considered the ideal range, ensuring tender meat with a lower risk of disease. The processing of wild boar meat follows strict steps to ensure both safety and quality. First, once the animals are captured, they are transported to the facility under tightly controlled conditions to minimize stress and reduce the risk of spreading disease. At the plant, USDA-certified veterinarians carefully inspect each animal, immediately removing any that shows signs of illness before moving on to the processing stage. After that, the cleaning and butchering process begins. The hide is removed, the organs are taken out to prevent contamination, and the remaining meat is carefully broken down into cuts such as tenderloin, ribs, shoulder, or belly, depending on how it will be used. Next, all the meat is vacuum sealed using modern packaging technology and stored on ice, ensuring it stays fresh and flavorful all the way to the consumer's table. What's remarkable is that across the entire United States, there are only about 15 facilities certified to process wild boar meat. The reason is the high risk of disease these animals carry, which requires extremely strict food safety controls. The final product, once it passes inspection, is distributed to a variety of places, high-end restaurants, where chefs craft unique dishes like steaks, sausages, and hearty stews. Local farmers markets, serving fresh meat directly to the community, and even food banks, where part of the supply is donated to help provide meals for families in need. Some farmers have even begun experimenting with raising wild boars under controlled conditions. They're fed corn, soybeans, barley, vegetables, and fruit, diets carefully designed to mimic what they would eat in the wild, keeping the meat flavorful yet clean. The herds are closely monitored for health, vaccinated, and always supplied with fresh water. Although still small in scale, this model points to a new direction. Sustainable farming that both reduces pressure on natural ecosystems and provides a consistent supply of high-quality meat to the market. Wild boar meat isn't just a solution to an agricultural problem, it has also become a nutritious delicacy. It contains about 20% less fat than conventional pork. It's rich in protein, iron, zinc, and B vitamins. A 85 GD serving has only 143 calories and 4.5 grams of fat. Its flavor is bold and earthy, with a firm texture that carries a true wild character. That's why it's highly prized in upscale restaurants, often featured on menus at $15 to $25 per pound. From sausages and cured meats to classic Texas-style BBQ, wild boar is steadily emerging as a premium alternative to traditional organic pork. The story of wild boars in America is a powerful example of farmers' resilience and ingenuity. Once seen only as ecological destroyers, ravaging crops, eroding soil, and threatening native ecosystems, these animals have been given a new role by human hands, transformed into a valuable food source that is both economically rewarding and more environmentally sustainable. But this journey isn't just the effort of farmers alone. It also calls for the support of the entire community. You, the viewer, can play a part in this story. By choosing to buy wild boar meat at local markets, you are directly supporting farmers and encouraging sustainable harvesting. By reporting sightings of wild boars in your area to the USDA's Squeal on Pigs program, you're helping protect natural habitats, reduce damage, and maintain ecological balance. It's proof that every individual, no matter how small, can make a difference, working together to build a sustainable agriculture system that not only feeds people, but also safeguards nature. And this journey is far from over. Stay with our channel to discover more strange and fascinating stories where wild creatures, once seen as threats, are transformed by human ingenuity into valuable resources. In these stories, nature and humanity find a new balance with one another.